I'm not leasing space anymore. No, 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 no. I'm struggling, yes. I have my space here. This is my house. This is my chicken farm. So let me just check the distance. I've never checked, by the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 meters. The distance from my house to my chicken farm is 12 meters, and I'm keeping here 5,000 birds. I'm trying like to smell, and I'm getting completely zero smell. Like, not like zero smell, I'm not getting any bird smell, you know, that awful smell of a chicken farm. I'm keeping 5,000 birds on this property here, and there's completely no foul smell. And that challenges me, and that also challenges you, my followers. Here, we have to know how is AIM Agriculture able to live in the same space with 5,000 birds and having completely zero smell. All right, the window to my bedroom is just there, and these are the birds. This video today, and in this episode, I take you through the hacks and the tricks of how you can do your farming on a small space and completely have no bird smell, or no that chicken thing, you know, like I can't live in the same space with my chicken because of where is the money to buy all those chunks of land? No, you just go with what you can afford. Guys, if you're new to our YouTube channel, kindly hit the subscribe button, like and share as much as you can. And remember to check our masterclass on our website. I've just shared a link on the description below. So now, let me take you inside so that I can show you what exactly I've done or I'm doing so that not to get any bird smell. Come along with me. This is a foot bath, very important. Then I have to open my door. As usual, it opens by half. And even here, there is no bird smell. Like no bad smell. All right, let's get in. We are now inside the chicken house or chicken coop, but there's completely zero smell. Like completely zero smell. Now, one of the ways, if you want to keep birds on the space that you're living in, like me, and you want to have completely no foul smell, you have to keep your birds in deep litter. That is rule number 1. Deep litter farming system. If this was cages, this place could be unbearable. You cannot make it to live on the same space with birds which are in cages. Reason being, now, if you look at my bedding, this is my bedding. You can see how I'm pouring it down. There is completely no caking. That is an indicator that there is no moisture here. Let me do the same under this drinker. You can see there is completely no caking. Look at this again. Are you seeing the depth of this bedding? Look at this. Do you see the depth of this bedding? Since these birds came here into this flock house just after brooding and introduced here the wood shavings, we have never changed this wood shaving. But you look at the depth of the wood shaving, it speaks for itself. Now, I've shown you the texture of the bedding. I've shown you the texture of the bedding below the drinker. Then I've shown you the depth of the bedding, which is getting to this point, above 6 inches. This is the main source of foul smell on the farm. The bad smell comes from the bedding. If you are using a small amount of bedding, not the requisite amount of bedding, then soiling is likely to take place. Number two, if you're having so much spillages of water, the water gets to spill on the bedding, then caking takes place. Actually, as the water spills, the water forms a conducive environment for action of microorganisms. So, one thing you have to understand is that the chicken dropping has got the white part, and that white part is the uric acid, which is like now the urine. When a place is being urinated, people are urinating at a place consistently, you'll find that there is that foul ammonia smell coming from that place. So the same applies here. When we have microorganic activities in the bedding as a result of water spillages, then as the microorganisms thrive, they produce heat. That heat literally heats up the bedding, like it burns it up. And then because of the volatility of the ammonia gases now escape into the atmosphere. When the ammonia gases rise, then now they come to the residence area. That is now the ammonia gas that produces that pungent smell, that awful smell that you experience on the farm. So for us not to have the bad smell, apart from keeping the birds in deep litter, we have to use the right type of bedding. So I'm using the right type of bedding on my farm, which were wood shavings, and I place them at 6 inches. So as the birds keep feeding and keep dropping and keep turning and sunbathing in the bedding, they keep mixing their droppings with the bedding. And therefore, I use the right type of drinkers, suspended at the right height, to avoid spillages. Then I've solved the problem of the smell from the first point. That is, the bedding is dry. The other thing is this. Ventilation. Ventilation, ventilation, ventilation. If you don't have sufficient ventilation, it simply means that you are going to be so much affected by this bird smell. And this will also affect the birds, and it will affect their production. Why? When in normal cases, it does not mean that when we have the beddings at 6 inches high and we have no water spillages, that does not mean that we don't have some form of ammonia gas. We have some form of ammonia gas, yes, coming from the bedding as a result of the heat emanating from the body of the birds, heating up the bedding. Then you have some small amounts of ammonia gas escaping to the atmosphere. But then we have to have a conducive gate or space or vent for these small amounts of ammonia gas to escape to the outside. So we keep reducing and checking their amount. But that can only happen as a result of having proper and good ventilation. If you have poor ventilation, it means the ammonia gas, which has the pungent smell, will keep on piling piling. So as it piles, and then it now comes out during certain times of the day, either in the evening or early in the morning. And that's the time now you're resting. So the ammonia escapes. When someone opens the door, it escapes in big volumes. And this one will also affect your bird's health in form of CRD. And the production will sharply decline. So it is very important then that you have the right bedding at the right size, use deep litter, have the right ventilation, and by doing so, I really doubt, highly doubt, if you can have any foul smell in your farm. When I'm here, I can even eat food from here. By the way, when I'm at home, I spend 90% of my time when I'm outside in the chicken coop. Most of the time I spend here with the birds, trying to observe them and seeing where I could be having a challenge or just enjoying, because sitting with the birds is a therapy. But if I had a foul smell, you could see me with a mask, I could be sneezing, I could be having running nose, sometimes even lacrinating eyes. Yeah, I could be with a handkerchief all the time, blowing my nose or sneezing. But none of my workers and my family are suffering from that, simply because we've checked on ventilation. We've checked, by the way, also the spacing. Overcrowding the birds will lead to having too much ammonia on the farm. Who has enjoyed this video more than you've done? I love you so much. See you in the masterclass and see you in the next episode. I love you. Bye-bye.